participants. Thank you all for joining the webinar today, organized by SaraswatiOnline.com on MBBS opportunities in Georgia. SaraswatiOnline.com is an education service facilitator established in the year 2000. We are the pioneers in promoting education exchange programs in the field of medicine in Asia and Europe. With 20 plus years of experience in the field, we take pride in the fact that we have 6,400 plus medical students already enrolled through us. More than 4,000 of them are practicing doctors, of which 2,500 plus are from India and are currently serving as knowledgeable professionals. At SaraswatiOnline.com, we don't just get you admitted to a foreign university and drop you from memory. We are the only organization that's with you every step of the way as well. We have student coordinators present 24/7 on the foreign university campuses to help you overcome any difficulties during and after the course. We also provide orientation classes, licensing test support, and complete online logistics and study support. We have organized this webinar to help you get all your queries about MBBS opportunities in Georgia answered by expert. We will answer your questions. If you have any questions, all you have to do is raise your hand and we will take your question. We are joined by Mr. Ashok Kumar today. He is our senior medical education advisor for SaraswatiOnline.com. He will be answering all the questions that we have collected from students, the questions that the students generally have in mind before selecting Georgia as a destination for studying MBBS. Ashok sir, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Let me tell you, Mr. Ashok Kumar is an expert as he has visited almost all of the universities in Georgia himself, and thus has all the knowledge about the course they provide there. So, Ashok sir, I would like to ask you some questions, but firstly, I would like to ask you to tell us how Georgia is as a destination for studying MD abroad.
Thank you, Anvesha, and good evening to all the participants who are present in this webinar, my colleagues, parents, students. Georgia is one of the safest country in the world, and recently Georgia has been one of the favorable to MBBS destination for the Indian students. We will discuss about this in detail during this webinar, but it was a very good experience visiting those universities. And during this webinar, through all these questions, I will throw light on all the aspects, whatever is there, good or bad, about the Georgian Medical University. So, Anvesha, we can start questions.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So firstly, I would like to ask you, the students, it is a very difficult time for the students, and it is a very important decision that the students have to take if they are willing to study abroad, which destination they should choose. It is a very tough decision for them. So please tell us why they should choose Georgia as a destination if they want to study abroad.
2-3 very good advantage of studying in Georgia is, one, it's a tourist friendly country and most of the people know English and they can speak English. Number two, Georgia being a very safe country, you can send even the girl child or even the male students. They are very safe there in that country. Number three advantage, Georgia follow European academic credit system, which is recognized in whole Europe, and that system is one of the respected systems. So you can trust the education system of Georgia. These are three wide advantage of studying in Georgia.
Right. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to ask you about the credit system that the Georgian University has. That is something which the students find a bit difficult to understand. So I would request you to please elaborate some on that.
Yes, the MBBS program in Georgia can be covered by completing 360 credits. This academic credit is spread in totally 6 years of study or 12 semesters. Georgia allows you to take maximum credit of 75 in one single academic year, and the minimum credit you have to take in one academic year is 60. So basically, the course has been made for 6 years duration and 60 credit every year. But some very good student, outstanding student, they can take even 75 credit in one academic year, and they can complete the entire MBBS program in less than 6 years as well.
Right. Okay. So in that case, sir, if you can just elaborate on the duration of the course once, so that it is clear for the students.
Yes, basically, as I told you, most of the students prefer to complete this course in 6 years because that is very comfortable. You take 60 credit or 30 credit each semester, and you can comfortably pass the exam. So 6 years you can complete the entire MBBS program. But those uh, outstanding students or those students who believe they can take more load, so university allows you can take additional 15 credit every year, means you can take as a maximum 75 credit in one year, and by taking this you can complete your course in less than 5 years also. But here I would like to add something. Lot of consultants, agents in the market, they promote this university duration is 5 year and this university duration is 6 years. Let me tell you very clearly, university allows everybody. If you can complete credits, you can complete the course in 5 years also. But if you cannot complete the credit, whether it's a agent or consultant, your course duration will go to 6 years only. So it depends on you.
Right. Okay, sir. Thank you. That was very informative. This is one of the primary questions that the students generally have in mind. Also, sir, most of the universities, medical universities in Georgia, are private universities. They are not owned by the government sector, right? So, in that case, will the students face any problems? Will it be safe for the students to choose those universities for pursuing the degree?
Very good question, Anvisha. Because see, Georgia is a country which was also a part of USSR, and USSR is known for government universities, very old government universities. Georgia has also got one very respected, very old government university, that is TSMU, Tbilisi State Medical University. But recent times, in last 2 decades, Georgia has established lot of private medical universities, and I'm not doubting about the credibility of 2, 3 government university which is there present in Georgia. But by citing one example of private university, let me tell you the other private medical university, that is DTMU, David Tibbiliani Medical University, that is also uh, the that also comes under very best of Georgia. So Georgia is now, for the last 30 years after the independence, they are encouraging private sectors, and lot of people, lot of corporates, private people, they are willing to invest and make world-class university. So few universities, few private universities are also very, very good. Georgia has taken a different path to grow compared to the previous Russian system. So few private universities are also extremely good. We represent some of the university. So I'm just quoting name of one private university, which is basically number one private university of Georgia, that is Georgian National University. Why I'm telling you that is number one? Because that attracts maximum number of Georgian students. See, let me tell you, very few international students go and study in those universities. So primarily, Georgian students, wherever you see the biggest crowd of Georgian students, then you can understand that university must be good. That is why a lot of local people are going and studying there. So Georgian National University attracts highest number of local Georgian students. That is why I'm telling you that is one of the very best private university that is having excellent infrastructure and located in heart of the city, just next at the exit gate you can find a metro station, and uh, the entire area is having lot of hospitals. So Georgian National University is one of the very best private medical university in Tbilisi city.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for the answer. As I am asking the questions that we have collected from students mostly who are planning to go abroad to Georgia for studying, I would request if any of the participants have any questions, you can also ask questions. Ashok sir is here and he would be there to reply to your queries. Next, sir, I would like to ask, what is the cost of studying, and also what would be the cost of living like in Georgia if a student is planning to do the course there?
Yes, as on which I told you, Georgia is one of the safest country, and Georgia is having tremendous infrastructure also. If you will compare to other small countries of CIS like Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, they don't have that, those kind of infrastructure which Georgia is having. They have best of transport system. They have metro. They have very comfortable buses and very wide roads. Less population is there, and city is very clean, traffic free. So those kind of advantage uh, demands little extra in the tuition fees. Yes, Georgia is little expensive compared to other CIS country, but I'm telling you it's worth, because you are very safe there. You can feel modern transport system, and you have lot of Indian restaurants. It's a tourist friendly country. They have got one of the uh, top class airport, which is very well connected with entire Middle East, and a lot of tourists comes to Georgia. And my experience, I can tell you, I found lot of Indian restaurants. I had my chapatis, I got my paneer, so it was very comfortable. You can walk and you can find a Indian or Pakistani restaurant, but this will be difficult in other country. But yes, cost is little expensive, but if you will compare with the quality, it's a much cheaper, because see, neighboring country, Georgia's neighboring country, they are very expensive. Those European country which are neighbor to Georgia is very expensive. So compared to European quality, it's not very expensive. But yes, the tuition fees ranges between $5,000 per year to $7,000 per year, and the living expense is somewhere around $200 per month to $250 per month. So basically, it's around $2,500 to $3,000 per year. So all your uh, cost, tuition fees, and the accommodation and the food will cost you somewhere around $7.5 to $8,000 per year.
Right. Okay, sir. Also, what are the accommodation facilities available? Are there hostels available separate for male and female students?
Yes, there are a lot of hostels available in Tbilisi. Lot of hostels. Even some international quality hostels are also there. Means one name of the hostel is hostel itself, and I found that very good. Even those tourists who don't have much budget, they also go and stay in that kind of hostel. And for the student also, so food is there, Wi-Fi is there. You will find washing machines. You will find a playground, which is very surprising. You will never find a playground in a hostel. I found in Georgia Indian hostel, and they were having even the playground, and students can play cricket or football there. So they have a big rooms, uh, and playing area, and food, Indian food, and you are paying some $200 per month, so it's not very costly. Hostels are uh, well into budget of the students, and students prefer to stay in hostel in Georgia.
Right. Okay, sir. So, apart from that, sir, are there any hospitals available in the campuses where the students can go for clinical training? What are the, the opportunities that are available?
Yes, what the prevalent culture in Georgia is like, they have tie up with the hospitals. So universities send students on rotation to different hospitals for the training. And in one hospital, maybe three universities are sending students on different rotation. January, says particular university students come for clinical training. February, some other university students come for the clinical training. So that is how Georgia managed, because Tbilisi is having population of only 1.5 million, and they have 10, 20 big hospitals, and they have also got 20 a good medical university. So that is how they are managing. But particular area, as I told you, south of Tbilisi city, that area itself is called hospital area, and lot of hospitals are present there. In that part only, south part, I was telling you about the university, like Georgia National University is there, Tbilisi State Medical Academy is there. 4 5 good universities are present in that hospital area. So those universities, student can select those universities, because those universities, student get advantage of this clinical training.
Right, sir. Also, after the completion of the course, are there any good internship opportunities for the students in the country itself, or do they have to travel back to their home country? Please elaborate on that as well.
Yes, yes. On which I'm just telling for the advantage of people present here, that internship of only China, Nepal, Philippines, and Bangladesh. These four country internship is recognized in India. Apart from these four countries, all country, Russia, Ukraine, Georgia, or any Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, student has to come back to India, do internship. Why these countries doesn't permit? I'm telling you, there is a logic behind that. These countries' disease pattern is different to Indian disease pattern, and Indian uh, uh, medical regulator currently, which is National Medical Commission, they have also logically approved these four countries, because the disease pattern is same in those Asian country. But this European country is having different disease pattern. So I also recommend students, see, you can go and study there, but it's advisable, and for the benefit of student also, you need to come back to India and do your internship.
Right. Okay. Thank you, sir. Also, sir, there is some, doubt in the mind of the students regarding the visa. It is very difficult to get visa for student visa rather for Georgia. So, can you please tell us how they can
Yes,
overcome that?
yes, yes. Actually, in the past, 2016, the visa problem occurred in Georgia. The reason was a lot of Indian agents recruited students who were not good enough in English. That is why now the current rule is every student recruited by any any Georgian university, student has to undergo a small interview. This small interview is basically a test of English language, whether the student can understand the English language or not. So now government has taken this decision. So once a student has crossed that interview, then visa is not a problem. If student has not studied in English language, because in India, lot of Indian student can write NEET exam in different language, in their regional language, and there is no mandatory. English is not a mandatory subject, so they can pass class 12th without English also. They can write NEET exam without English also. But Georgia invites only those students who can speak or understand English. So if you can speak and understand English, visa is not a. So I will recommend only those students who have studied in English language or English, those students who have English as a language till class 12. So for them, there is no need to for any worry. They can go and study in Georgia. But those who have not studied in English language, I would recommend those students to take different countries.
And sir, for the entrance test, like for the apart from the university interview, is there any other entrance test that the students have to appear for?
No, no. They just have to pass NEET exam, and they have to qualify in that small university interview. That's all.
Right. Okay. So also, we would just out of the, just digressing a bit, we would like to know about the weather in Georgia, so the students can be prepared about what to carry with them and all of that. So, if you can please tell us how the weather is in Georgia.
Yes, yes. Georgia is a country whose economy depends basically on tourism and wines. Georgia has got a huge wine business, and the weather, except winters, is very pleasant. That is why a lot of tourist comes tourist comes to Georgia. For all Middle East country, this Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Sharjah, Qatar, they these people visit Georgia just for this tourism. So Georgia has got fantastic weather, but yes, 1 or 2 months is the winter is little chilly. 1 or 2 months.
Right. Okay. So also, do the students need to learn any other local language if they are doing the course there, or is their knowledge for English is enough? What would you say about that?
Basically, 90% knowledge of English is enough, but Georgia has got a local language that is called Georgian, and a lot of older people, uh, older generation, they still prefer to speak in Georgian. But for all new generation people, they are all studying in English. English is their second language, so they can speak in English. But if you are if you want to become a doctor, see, you can even find a patient which is older people, like say 60, 70-year-old patient can also come to your hospital. So it's advisable. There is no mandatory requirement but it's advisable that you learn Georgian, because Georgian is not very difficult language also. So if you learn, that will give you a big advantage. If you don't learn also, it will not restrict you in completing your education.
Okay. So, sir, are there any concessions for the students in the transport? If they avail the transport in Georgia, is something
Yes,
available for the
yes,
students?
yes. You have got this very good question. Yes, Georgia offers a great discount on metro ticket or bus everywhere. Students are loved by Georgian people, so you can get discount everywhere if you will show your student card.
Also, we know that the safety of the students are a very big concern for the parents if they are planning to send them abroad for studying. So, if you can please just give us an idea or just tell us how safe the country is for the students, that will be really helpful.
In latest ranking, or you can take any ranking, Georgia, you will find Georgia always in the top 5 world's safest country. So
Yeah.
Georgia is very safe and secure, and people are very friendly people. They will never interfere because they see a lot of tourists. Uh, Means the total population of Tbilisi, the local population is 1.5 million, but any point of time you will see 1 million tourists there in that city. So half of the city will is always a tourist. So tourists are very welcome there, and it's a very safe. That is why you attract these many tourists. Huge number of hotels are there, and people are very friendly, and in all safety parameters, means there is no terrorism or nothing. But the neighbor of Georgia, because some of you might have read in newspaper, this Armenia and Azerbaijan, they were on war. So neighboring country Armenia is a Muslim country, and Armenia is not that safe country, but Georgia is very safe. The government, the people, everything is good there.
I guess Mr. Barid Mishra has some questions. He has raised his hand. I would request sir to please unmute yourself and ask the question.
Ashokji, I'm going back to one of your comments. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
You said that, even though it's not mandatory to learn Georgian, but if I learn Georgian, then probably
You will
I
get some
would,
advantage.
I
Yes,
would find my way better, in
yes,
the society of Georgia.
yes.
Now, when it comes to learning the Georgian language, where do I learn? I learn in Georgia, or I learn here and go, or are the universities going to facilitate the learning?
Yes, university gives you facility to learn this Georgian language. You can attend those classes. They conduct classes of Georgian language, and you can attend those classes. You don't have to pay anything for that.
Oh,
The
excellent.
university
Okay.
gives
All right.
this facility.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Mr. Bharat Mishra. Also, I would like to ask Ashok sir that, if the students are going there, what you already said that there are a lot of Indian foods available in the campus. So, is it available in the campus, or do the students have to go out and search for restaurants that are not, in the campus? Can you just elaborate a bit on that, because that is also a very important part that the students are concerned of.
Yes, almost. I saw, if I remember correctly, almost in every university, I saw big cafeteria. Big cafeteria. See, what I was telling you about this $200 per month, that is the hostel, that is separate. That is not part of university, but in the university also, there is every university, there is a big cafeteria. There you can buy food. But in the cafeteria, what I have seen, few university, like say, I was telling you about Georgia National University, a lot of Georgian students are there. So you will find 90% of the food, Georgian foods, there in that cafeteria. But some university where a lot of Indian students are there. Lot of Indian students are there. That is one of the oldest university, that Tbilisi State Medical University, which is one of the pioneer university of Tbilisi. There I found even South Indian plus North Indian plus Gujarati, all these kind of food were available there.
Right. Okay. Also, sir, during this current pandemic situation, as you know, that the students are unable to travel to the destination. So, what are the online classes? If there are any initiatives on the part of the universities, please
Yes,
elaborate on that.
yes, yes. University is providing online classes. Plus, Georgia is one of the first country which has brought Indian students back to their campus. They have already brought back their students through chartered flights, and even the physical classes has already started in Georgia. I'm not talking about the new students, this fresh, new recruited student, but I'm talking about the old student. Those students who are in second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, they have already returned back to Georgia. And for newly recruited student, they are planning in the beginning, means by end of November, they will be starting online classes for few days, and then they will bring back their new student as well to the campus. Because Georgia believes that medical education cannot be done through online. So that is why they have brought back their all international students.
Right. Okay. Lastly, sir, are there any tips that you would like to share with the students if, like, while they are choosing their destination, what should the students keep in mind, and what are your tips for the students?
See, on Visha, whatever experience I have got through those experience, I can suggest to students, those who are willing to go and study MBBS abroad, they should look for two, three basic things. One, they should definitely analyze the academic system of the university. This is the primary concern, and the students should definitely analyze that first, academic system of the university. Second is clinical facility available in the hospital, which is either tied up with the university or present within the campus of the university. So they need to analyze that. And third is, if they are going and staying in that country, whether that country has that kind of warmth or feeling that they can stay there and live there comfortably, happily for 5, 6 years. So that is also a big parameter. And I'm telling you, Georgia gets full marks on first and third. But I'm telling you, Georgia gets, if I have to give them marks, then for the first point, 10 out of 10. The academic system is very good. I've seen their syllabus and all. That is very good, very good, and which is at par with the European education system. And the third number is also, they scored 10 out of 10. But this clinical facility, they get marks 8 out of 10. So in my view, if you have budget and if you want to enjoy and feel the European system, you should definitely go and study MBBS in Georgia.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for all your answers. I believe that the answers were quite informative and the students will find it helpful. The aspiring students who want to study MBBS will find it very helpful. We tried to cover most of the questions that we collected from the aspiring students. Apart from these questions, if any of you have any questions in your mind, you can just unmute yourself and ask the question right now. Our expert Ashok sir is here to answer your queries. Or apart from that, if you wish to reach us, and talk to the SaraswatiOnline.com counselors, it is very easy. I would request my IT team to please share their screen and show how you can reach us. So all you have to do is you have to visit www.saraswationline.com. Once you reach the website, you will find an option of Talk to Experts at the bottom. Click on that button. Once you click on the top Talk to Experts button, you'll be redirected to a page where all our expert counselors are listed. You just have to select your location and click on the Connect Now button. Once you click on the Connect Now button, you can easily connect with them, and a Zoom meeting will be scheduled with our counselors. You can meet them. Apart from that, apart from getting in touch through the website, you can also give us a missed call and our counselors will call you back. The missed call number is 96673 I repeat, the missed call number is 96673 Apart from that, you can also reach us on WhatsApp. You can find the WhatsApp button on the top of the website. If you visit the website, you can find it on the top. And also, I would just tell the number for you to note it down if you wish to note it down now. The number is 91633 I repeat, the number is 91633 Or you can just, after after visiting the website, you can chat with us online very easily. All you have to do is click on the chat button, chatbot, and type in your questions along with your name and details, and our counselors will be getting in touch with you. They will be available to chat with you online. So these are the very few simple steps in which the students can get in touch with us. If anybody has any queries regarding seeking admission abroad, in Georgia or in any other country, all you have to do is visit our website and get in touch with us. I would like to thank Mr. Ashok Singh. Sir, thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you for answering the questions. I hope the questions and answers were all very helpful for the students. And I would also like to thank all our participants for joining the webinar. We hope to see you soon. If you are planning to study abroad, we are there to help you, and we will be there with you throughout the process of becoming a doctor. Thank you very much.